Hello, all my Leos. Welcome to your freedom reading, where the purpose of this reading is we're going to ask the Creator and Spirit, what can I look at to give myself more freedom? What's blocking me from having more freedom? What's keeping me in the storm, the chaos, instead of coming to the center where I have peace and unconditional love and that freedom that we long for? What's keeping us on this merry-go-round that we keep on going through the same cycles, and we feeling dizzy in life almost. So that's what this is going to focus on. And I just want to thank the Creator for being here with us. We're so appreciative that you are involved in every second of our life, and that those seconds that you are involved in with us are full of unconditional love for us. You don't hang around with us to judge us and condemn us and point out everything that we might think is wrong, but you're there supporting us with your unconditional love, just smiling down on us. And we're so grateful for that. And we thank you and we welcome you. And we also welcome all our posse of support on the other side, all those beings of unconditional love and light. We also welcome you and thank you for helping bring through messages today. What we're going to start off doing is to pull a card here from these archetype cards from Carolyn Miss. And that's going to give us information on what the Creator would like us to know about what is blocking us. So it's going to be information for us just to understand it. We never have to, remove a block or remove something out of our lives, or, delete an experience from our life. It's all about just moving it out of, this flow of life. If it's something, it's like a giant boulder in the middle of a road that you're always having to drive around. It's just moving the boulder to the side where it doesn't have such a huge presence and interfering, with our flow is what I'm seeing. All right, Creator. So for Leos, what would you like them to know about their freedom, please? Okay. That one was leaping, and it's got the Midas Miser. And so for this, there's the light attributes and the shadow. So we'll do the shadow first, because that's what's shadowing over our freedom. And that is hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing wealth. And then the light attribute that transforms to in our life, or what it, removing that obstacle or like moving it to the side, what it brings in is the entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. So what I'm feeling for this, for the Leos, is that there's this belief that was created for you, in your younger years and reinforced throughout your high school years and college age years, even up into 30 or so, that this hoarding money and emotions, this obsessive fear of losing your wealth, comes from kind of like this ancestral chain that's been going down from your family, what you witnessed. So, I'm seeing pictures of, no, we can't afford that, or, nope, you only have one hole in your shoes. As long as the sole is still on here, let's take some duct tape. It's almost like that kind of attitude toward it all, where there's this feeling of lack, this huge belief and fears around not having enough. It's like you had mac and cheese for dinner and that was it. And, there's all these experiences that you had yourself, and also that you witnessed in other people's lives too. Even to the point where later in your life, as your family became a little more stable, that you saw other families, and people would, make fun of the kid that had holes in his clothes at school, or your parents made remarks about, some poor family down the street. And there's all these beliefs about what it means if you don't have enough. And of course, there's all this attachment of your worth on being worthy of receiving more, and that you're cared for. So a message with this, again, with the light attributes, turning anything into gold, delighting in sharing life's riches. Because of that feeling of lack, you could, like it mentions being a miser, where it's like, no, I can't give anything because I want to have enough for me. And that is what's blocking like this flow of abundance in your life, because, money and it means, influences so much area of our physical lives that it's such a huge thing, green, that when we don't give and make room for more abundance, that belief of lack just grows lack in our lives. But as we start to just give a little bit, even, that starts this flow of energy, because that money is actually energy. It's a form of energy. It's a form of what we in the physical realm attach to our worth. And so there's this energy of worth. If you don't feel like, oh, I can give some, to people that are on my heart and people in need, whether it's buying something someone needs or giving them actual money, that feeling of being a miser is what limits us. So we're going to be able to transform that. And we're going to look in more of this too. We're going to see here from these Oracle of the Seven Energies from Colette Baron Reed, a sweet, sweet lady. As is Carolyn Miss. I don't want to say, that she's not a sweet lady. She's such giving, wonderful, nurturing people in this world that want to share themselves. So we'll see from here. What else the Creator would like you to know about this energy? About your freedom. What's making you feel caged? What would the Creator like you to know to help you remove another bar from your cage? And you got the land between, and that's number 40. And so I love this picture here because it shows, all these orbs, all these stars. Here's the bridge in between, moving from this feeling of lack to this feeling of where you have enough to give. And it reminds me, kind of, there's like a Six of Pentacles feel about this, which in that card for me, it represents, in the Light Seers deck that I love using, it has like a hand with giving 3 pentacles and a hand receiving 3 pentacles. And I like when you turn it on its side, it's more of a give and receive, instead of it being like the giver is the one in power and the one receiving is the one in that is the needy one, the one that is going to owe something to the giver. And you don't want to be in that place, because our mentality is, if you're in the giving, you're the person who's needed and the person who is empowered. Whereas if you're going to receive from others, then you're not needed. You're actually a burden, and all those other mentalities that come for it. It makes you feel like there's a gap between, like almost like the railroad tracks, right? The giver is the wonderful person, and the receiver is the needy one. But I love this bridge type of feel to it, because it's like, no, it's a blessing. That we are able, it's a blessing we give to others when we allow them to give to us. I'm a recovering overgiver, and I was that because I defined my worth by my ability, that people needed me, that I was able to give to them. And if I ever was in a place where people wanted to give to me, I'd be like, no, 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 because in that mentality, I saw myself as weak if I had to receive it. But really underneath that belief was that if I wasn't needed, then I wasn't worth anything. And it's amazing because, this feeling that we have when we give to others, isn't that just amazing? When you're giving without expectation and you have this flow of love going out and you're giving someone something, either in, a gift, money, action, touch, all the 5 languages of love. When you're giving that, what a wonderful feeling that is, right? But if we don't allow people to do that for us, then we're cheating them out of that feeling. And allowing ourselves to receive is a wonderful thing. The other card that this reminds me of is the 4 of Pentacles, which this is the number 4 here, which also has this feel of that I have enough. Usually in other, like the standard tarot, it has 2 coins on the bottom where they have their feet on, and they're holding the giant one in the middle, and then there's one up in above their head, which is all about that you have enough, you have this foundation, you don't have to be a miser. The creator of all things is the one who provides for us. Everyone else is just that middleman in between. So our abundance comes from inside and up above, from the creator of all things. And so we don't have to fear that we won't have enough because the creator is with us every second, knows what we truly need for our highest experience here, even if we think we need to hoard and have a bunch of too much just for our security, right? And let me read from the book here too and see what energy comes with this card. So the land between. So this is being between worlds, learning to be okay while at the threshold of what was and what will be, a time of waiting and evolving, gray areas, something essential yet still in development, and metamorphosis. It says you're in a process of change. You know that you were called to it and can no longer be who you were, but you aren't sure what the next experience of your life will be. You are in between what was and what could be in a pupal stage, like during the metamorphosis of the caterpillar into the butterfly. However, you can't just skip the messy parts. You have to endure the unknown and uncomfortable as you reinvent yourself. The thing is, you're not quite there yet. You have one foot in the past, even if you're ready to shed that version of yourself and become something new. You must start redefining who you are in the context of your question. What do you believe is possible when you get to the next place? Can you explore this stage of your evolution to get to know yourself better? The process in between the worlds is where things get really interesting. You learn how to manage your fear, how to stay present in the now, how to see in the dark. You absorb the lessons offered to you with grace because you can't go any faster. This is a real test of emotional fortitude, patience, trust, and humility. Once you've made this no man's land your home, it will be a part of you. Then whatever was set in motion comes to life. And this is what you've been waiting for. When you look back, you will grow to love this place in between, for that is where you were born. Beautiful. Yep. So I really love that, the transition piece in between, like I talked about the gray areas, this energy between light and shadow. It's when does light become dark and when does dark become light? It's actually all light. It's just a matter of when you determine what is not as bright light and what is bright light. So your entire life is your journey, and it's a part of you. You don't have to destroy your shadow, because your shadow has been here to help you on this journey to understand more of who you are. And so during this time, this belief that you could ever be lacking helps you understand the true abundance you have as the true being that you are, this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love that is never in need of anything because it has it all. So we're going to pull another card here. This is going to be from the Path of the Soul Destiny cards. Beautiful fractal images. And we will see what else the Creator would like you to know about your freedom. All right, for Leo's Creator, what else would you like them to know about their freedom, please? Okay. And you got the number 7, and this is like a... I love looking at these because I almost think they're like ink blots. What do you see? What does that mean about you? But I'll let you soak that in. I love all the purples in there. It kind of mirrors the crown chakra, which is our communication and connection to the other side. And this is called the Bull Guide. So the Bull Guide appears to offer you strength as you move through life. He imparts the teaching and wisdom of standing strong and firm when you need to, and not allowing others to cross your personal boundaries. Look at all the situations happening around you at this time. Bull Guide is here to help you be firm wherever and whenever you need to be. He wants to remind you that you are strong and you are deeply supported as you find your way to your own self-empowerment. Yep. And I love that message because, this belief in lack that is driving, this block to freedom is what those external things mean about you, right? That self-empowerment points you inward. Find your power from within, not being controlled from the things outside. So, money is outside of us, but what people think, what kind of situations we're in, what we own, how much like money in the bank, what positions we hold, what kind of car we drive, all those things are all on the external, and those things are unstable. So, that's why we fear that we're not going to have enough in lack, because these things out here are temporary and unstable. But when we return inward to the stability that we can find, which is, of course, the unconditional love, the unconditional abundance from the Creator of all things, then we feel secure. We feel this self-empowerment, knowing that no matter what happens on the outside, I get to choose what it means about me. Yes, people will all have opinions about what it's supposed to mean and what we should do, and they have all this stuff they're trying to control to feel safe, but that doesn't mean we have to take it on as our own. We can just say, oh, that's a great opinion, thank you. And you can do with it what you will, right? So I love that. The Bull Guide is there to give you that strength, because like the bull, stands in its territory, and people respect that bull, right? People don't just walk into their territory and go, this is mine. They're like, oh, there's a bull with 2 horns that's going to protect that boundary that is set. So, all right, we're also going to pull some cards here from the Light Seers deck. And we're going to see what else the Creator would like our Leos to know. So we'll get some validation, confirmation, or new information. Okay, one more time. All right, Creator, what else do you want Leos to know about their freedom, please? Okay. else? What else for our Leos, please? Okay. Those are the ones. So this makes total sense because the pentacles are about, coin, the outside world, about abundance, right? And the ace is all about new abundance, a new, and I kind of feel like it's a new belief about the abundance too. You're ready to let the old stuff go. This is that whole in between too. You're leaving the old lands, coming to this middle place, and moving into a new area of your life too. So there's these new seeds they're ripe to be planted. And you've been doing the work on this. So this, of course, isn't a surprise to you. And you've been doing the work, and I always have the corn. Corn is a perfect example for harvesting. You go through where you plant the seeds, the stalks grow. The stalks grow, and then the husks are where you have the corn, and that's what you harvest. And then those stalks don't really have a purpose. They're not like a apple tree that the corn regrows on the stalks if you leave them planted. The stalks die, and then so you have to take those out of the ground. So you take those old beliefs out of the ground, those old ways of abundance out of the ground, till the soil, and then you're ready to plant new seeds to grow new things. And that's that feeling of you've done all this other work of the harvesting of the past, the clearing of the stalks, the tilling of the ground, and you're moving into this planting these new seeds for new abundance in your life. So with this change of mentality, this change of beliefs about abundance, that's what brings in this new stuff here. And then you got the Knight of Cups. So this is the acts of love. And so what I love about this is, you see how this person is bringing flowers, and, there's love letters and picnic, and it's just a feeling of giving. It's the giving of love. And I just really feel like that is what this message is here for, transforming from this miser holding on tight to this belief that you have enough, and you actually have more than enough, and you're able to give to others out of unconditional love, without expectation, without resentment, without fear. And so this is all about getting in tune with your heart to activate and purposeful give to others out of love. And it keeps on repeating, out of unconditional love, no expectations. You give even in secret without, posting it on Facebook that look what I gave, or YouTube video or whatever. It's like, look, I gave. It's even more flowing for you is to give anonymously, where they don't know where it came from. And you just know that since they don't know where it came from, there's no expectations from it. Because if you do it publicly or announce to the world that you're doing it, then you're doing it for validation, right? And then you got the Two of Swords. And I love that with this card, the swords are your thoughts and your beliefs. And so you're torn between things here. But what I also love, see all these strings attached. I love that for, this message that is here is giving with strings attached. But what I love about this card too is that she's blindfolded, which means she's not trusting her mind. She's not trusting what she sees. She's trusting her intuition onto what to give and what, who to give it to, and trusting that. So not going with the mind of, well, I want to give to this person. Well, why do you want to give to them? Well, because they need this and this and this and this by, my mind's, supposed to's and shoulds and need to's, right? But then there's this obligation, or this supposed to, on what that gift that you're giving to someone means. Like, okay, if I give that, then this is what it's going to impact their life. When you give without expectation and without thought, and you're giving from the heart, you just see something and you're like, I love this for them, and I'm just going to give it. And you don't worry about what it does, or if they give it away to someone else or whatever. It's in your giving that you're releasing, and you're sparking. And I have like this huge explosion of energy within you when you feel that feeling of giving without any expectation, like, oh, if I give, I'll receive later. And it's like, no, it's about just giving from this place of unconditional love, just unconditional love, no expectations. They keep on saying that because our mind keeps reverting back to that. Okay, yeah, like our mind, the Ace of Swords. So this is new beliefs, new thoughts, new levels, going, to a new place and a new belief. So you've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. And the Swords and Pentacles kind of represent our left brain. They're our fight or flight. They're the ones, that's our human side of our being. And so it's all about understanding your beliefs around your worth, around abundance, around what it means to give to others, and allowing yourself to receive. So, yeah, I just had this flash of the battle that happens when you go out to eat, and everyone of the givers at the table fighting for the check. No, I'm going to buy dinner. No, I'm going to buy dinner. No. Almost becomes an argument where, when someone finally wins, it's like, well, thank you for buying dinner. But they're not, not meaning it, because you're in this place of, well, now I owe them. Now I'm not as, worth as much as I was when I started dinner, so it's just that whole mentality and that feeling around it. So I love this for you because it's such a freeing thing in our lives when money no longer rules over us. When we do connect to this, higher belief that the creator of all things is what brings us abundance. Everyone else is just the middleman. And it doesn't matter what's going on in the middleman shipping, the shipping company that delivers the abundance to us, because the creator is the one who has unlimited potential, has unlimited abundance, has unlimited resources, and will bring what we need to us, because they can. They have all that ability. And we're like, well, what if the shipping company loses our abundance? Well, the creator is all knowing, and would know what avenue abundance can come to us through. And it's assured, because creator's outside of time and space, sees how everything's going to unfold, and knows how to get those things to us. So it's all about trust. Do we trust the creator? Do we trust the creator's timing, even when it doesn't match up to ours? Last, I'm going to pull some cards here from the Chakra Love to see what the final messages the creator has for our Leos regarding their freedom. So, creator, what else do you want Leos to know? Okay. What else? What else would you like to say for Leos? Okay. And last pass. Okay, and that one. So the first one that came out is the throat chakra, which is all about action, about expressing unconditional love. And it says creativity. Use creativity to transform your pain into positivity. What I love about this is be creative in how you want to give. You know, we have all these ideas of, well, this is how you give to others, and it's get outside that box, connect to creativity, and give in your own unique way to others. You know, it doesn't have to be money. It can be acts of service. It could be just a little note. It could be, you know, baking something. You know, you'll know, you know, again, trust your heart and intuition in your gut, not your mind. Get out of your mind. Divinity. Recognize the divine in the mirror. And so perfect for this, I really feel looking in the mirror and seeing, because this is about your worth, you know, all this stuff you're taught as human, that self-worth is so hard, you know, but when, because you're defining yourself by this external, but when you look in the mirror and realize that you are more than just this character you're playing, you're this actor behind this character, this being of powerful, supernatural, eternal being made of unconditional love. You are made from divine roots. You know, the creator of all things made you, and you are a little mini creator. You're a little mini mirror of the creator. So connecting with that divinity and understanding your true abundance and your true power is also how, you know, of course, is how you transform this. Yep. Self-love. You can only love others as much as you love yourself. And such an amazing awareness, you know, with that, you know, when we're talking about that even pathway of abundance, you can only receive as much love or abundance or anything from the outside as to the extent that you love yourself, and you can only give as much to the extent that you love yourself. So that self-love, as you grow that, then your ability to love and give and receive love and abundance grows as well, because it's all about your self-love, your self-worth, how much you truly love yourself. So I love that. Perfect ending for this message here. And it's green, the heart chakra, the heart. Your self-love is at the core of really everything in your life. But for this situation here, definitely helps open up that flow of abundance. So as you go through this wonderful journey here, no surprise to you, of course, but the Creator just brings this to you and wants you to know that in every second of every day, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And I love you too. So we'll talk to you soon. Hang in there, and you take care.